Hello, everybody. This is Toni Turner, and welcome to the Market Now on Friday, August 15th at about 12 p.m. Eastern. Well, the S&P 500 is slipping just a teeny bit so far today after hitting record high as investors took some gains off the table after a strong week. The NASDAQ Composite also down just 0.2%. The Dow Jones Industrial Average actually rose 16 points thanks to a 12% jump in United Health and made a new all-time high earlier in the day. July's retail sales data released this morning also painted a still healthy picture for the U.S. consumer, rising 0.5% last month, meeting expectations from the Dow Jones consensus. So now let's go on to three charts that could give us some insight into the week to come. First of all, as we always do, we're going to look at a daily chart of the S&P 500 Spider, symbol SPY. Of course, this is the exchange-traded fund that closely follows our benchmark S&P 500 index. Now, when I captured this chart today, the SPY was trading at $643.86, right up here, just a few cents below its new intraday high at 646. So we're right at all-time highs. Of course, the SPY is trading at a premium to its moving averages on the screen here. The red line is the 20-day moving average coming in at $634.87. The 50-day is coming, the green line is coming in here at 621, and the 200-day moving average, the black line, is coming in at 591 and change. Now, look left with me on the chart, since the February all-time closing high, well, obviously back in February at $612.93, call it 613, we know that the SPY rolled over right then and dove hard, and dove down all the way down, back down through its moving averages, the 20-day, the 50-day, the 200-day, tried to bounce in March, couldn't really do it, and came down to those April 7th lows that just about everything experienced. Came down to a low here of at 481.80, or call it 482. Then it bounced nicely all the way up, couldn't make it back over the 20-day moving average, pulled back to 508, but then rallied nicely from there, rallied all the way back up through the 20-day, the 50-day, the 200-day, really fast here in the month of April. Then came up here by the 1st of May up to 595, dipped quickly to the 200-day moving average at 578, then continued to rally to where we are now. So we can draw, if I could draw a straight line, we could draw a trend line a little straighter than that comes in about here. So just know that since this April 7th low, for the past 5.5 months, we've come up here for a 34% gain. So that's pretty sweet. A lot of traders and investors have done very well. It's been a strong uptrend for sure. So what do we have here going forward? Well, not much got a lot of potential support here. Going forward, we'll call resistance 646. Then we have potential support here. There's tons of it. We can do that prior high there real quick. We could do the 20-day moving average, again coming in here at 634, 635. We've got that trend line that comes in somewhere around there. We've got price support here at 519, and the 50-day coming in pretty close at 619, and the 50-day coming in at 621, about in the same place. And we have a price pivot at 592. We've got the hold on here, 20-day there, price pivot at 592. We've got the 200-day coming in here at 591 and on down. So tons of potential support, moving average and price support, quite a bit of it from here. So please know that that's what we're looking at in the coming week. We have on Monday, we have housing starts and building permits. On Wednesday, we have the FOMC minutes. Also next week, we have a lot of earnings from retailers coming out. Walmart's earnings are coming out on Thursday before the opening bell. So, and all in all, as I've been saying, it would be nice, it would be pleasant and good if we do get a slight pullback here, if the SPY can continue to trade above the 50-day moving average, again coming here at about 621. That's always a good thing. Our next chart today is a daily chart of the Invesco QQQ, symbol QQQ. Of course, this follows the NASDAQ 100 index, which is the top 100 non-financial stocks in the NASDAQ stock market. And of course, that includes the Magnificent Seven, Meta, Google, NVIDIA, Microsoft, all of those. Now, when I captured this chart today, the QQQ was trading at $576.65. Just right below its highs. I think Wednesday's all-time high came in here at about 580, so that's where we are. The moving average, the 20-day moving average is coming in here at 568, 50-day at 553, and the 200-day down here at 514. Now, since the Qs made that all-time high in February at $539 and change, it rolled over and dropped, as we know, all the way down through its moving averages, like the SPY, tried to rally in March, couldn't hang, came up to the 200-day moving average, got smacked on the head, so that didn't work. The 200-day became a ceiling, and price came all the way down here to the April 7th low at 402. From there, it rallied like the SPY did, again hit its head on the 20-day moving average, couldn't go any farther, pulled back here to 428, and then literally climbed the same, close to the pattern of the SPY on up in the past 5 and change months to where we are now. We'll call it 577. And just know that this uptrend that we've had here, of course, it started here. That's too steep to maintain. I'm sorry. Very few things can maintain that and keep going. But then we had this rally up here. Anyway, from the bottom here all the way up to where we are now has been a 44% run up, which is absolutely, well, I've been in the stock market a lot of years. That's really something. So now what do we have? Well, we can say we have resistance, let's call it at 584. We have potential support here at 575. We can use that if we want. Also, we've got the 20-day coming here again, 20-day moving average at 568. We've got the 50-day coming in here at 553. We've got prior highs here at 539. We can do that. We have the pivot high here at 536. 200-day moving average at 514, just all the way down here. Moving average and price support should it need to take a breather here. So again, as you know, in the coming week, we have a lot going on, so please mind your protective stops. Our final chart today is a daily chart of the Global X Genomics and Biotech ETF, the GNOM. I just call it the GNOM for short. It has 48 holdings. The top holdings are Alnylam Pharmaceuticals, CRISPR Therapeutics, Illumina, Avidity Biosciences, Legend Biotech. When I captured this chart today, as you can see, the GNOM, I'll call it, is coming in here at $9.27. I think healthcare has taken kind of a hit lately, but I think that, like everything else, AI will probably start playing maybe a pretty big part of this, may at least. And so the genome, it does look like it may come up a little bit more. We'll have to wait and see. So we know that in December of 2024, look left with me back on the screen. In December of 2024, the genome made a high at $11 here. It really shot up, actually made a double top if you could see the whole chart, and then started down and rolled over. And gradually it fell through its moving averages, fell through the 200, the 50, the 20, tried to rally and stay put here right under 1050, but it couldn't do it. It traded sideways. But then when you see the lower low here, you go, oh boy, see that lower low right here? Tried to get back up through its moving averages. The major couldn't do it, and then fell down in March, continued to fall down in April like everybody else. The April 7th low here was $6.80. Then it rallied quickly back up here, back up to about $8, made it back up over the 20-day moving average, fell down to about $7.50, walked along here under the moving averages. Finally, in June, it started up, moved back up over the 20-day and the 50-day, which by then were inverted, but then the 20-day crossed over the 50 a few days later, and then gradually, and yes, I see it struggling here, gradually walked up the 20-day moving average in June and July, fell a tiny bit in August, but is starting up here a bit. And I know, again, that healthcare stocks are down, but I kind of think this might be a place just to keep an eye on. So it slowly came back up and now above the 20-day and 50-day again, to where we are at 927 right now. So what we have here in the moving averages is the 20-day moving average is coming in at $8.88 here. The 50-day is coming in at $8.65, and the 200-day, because it fell pretty hard, the 200-day is inverted overhead. That's coming in at 908 here, which is today, for the first time in quite a while, the GNOM managed to climb above and close above the 200-day moving average. So I know that this one is inverted to the other two, but I'm looking here to see if in fact things stay strong enough and healthcare starts to see some love, if it could start back up. So what I'm going to do here is in the coming week, if the GNOM can stay above the 50-day, the green line, if it can stay above the 50-day moving average at $8.65, and if the market's behaving reasonably well, I certainly don't want it tumbling, but if it's behaving reasonably well, and it certainly has been for a while, I will buy a small position of the GNOM in my trading portfolio, and I'm going to put a stop down here at $8.45. If you get in, you can move it higher if you want. I'll give it that much room. I'll give it down to $8.45. And if and when the GNOM can climb over $10.50, so if it can get up to see these highs here, if it can get up and over these highs, so I said 10.50, maybe it could be 10 1/4, something like that. But if it can get above that, of course, then I will add to my position, and of course by then my stop will be a trailing stop. So you may want to keep an eye on the GNOM in the coming week. And now, please know that at ToniTurner.com, we've lowered the price of all of our online training programs to make them more accessible to everyone. So if you'd like to become a more profitable trader, now is a great time to check out my timeless training programs. In my program called How to Swing Trade Successfully, one of my most popular programs, you'll learn how to target the best stocks to trade. You'll learn how to go look for them, exactly where and when to enter, and when to take the juiciest profits from price upswings. You'll also discover how to use my secret money management strategies. This market continues to be really good for swing trading right now, so that's why I'm continuing to focus on this one. In fact, you could use it with this GNOM trade. I'd like it to come down maybe a few cents and then start up from there. Our new low price for this program is only $187. You should be able to make that back pretty quickly. And by the way, some of my trainings listed here are priced at only $59. So, and when you order, you'll receive special bonuses, including 1 month of Metastock daily charts or Metastock real-time charts for free. And once you purchase, you'll have unlimited access. You can learn at your own pace. So from our ever popular 7 steps to successful trading, our how to swing trade successfully, another one of the most popular, how to trade the trend to profits, one of my favorites, how to read charts, great for novices, 3 winning setups, great for short-term traders, and how to bottom fish like a pro. Discover how my online programs can help you earn more money quickly and easily. Check them out now by going to the link on this screen, or easier still, just click on the orange button below. Until next week, be careful out there. Keep green on your screen. I'm Toni Turner, and this is The Market Now.